My Marine here. All right, let's work on the second video here. I'm gonna do the door number 1, door number 2. Really want to also talk about the shill and the FUD. Also want to talk about the fact that I haven't checked my eggs because I've been sick. These chickens and my cat's over here biting on me. One of my cats, one of my mini cats. Anyway, I think a lot of you know me by now. I'm just gonna say what I believe and what I see for a reason, and some folks see the same thing, and a lot of folks don't want to see the same thing. It's easy. We don't want to. It'll screw with everything in our head. I get that. When we naturally want to follow something, we just want to believe it and we want to make it okay because it will screw with our lives. So I'm just trying to bring some information to the table just to make you be a little aware of things, diligent in your thoughts. Just keep yourself protected. You start hearing some stuff like we just did, okay? It's not right. But let's talk about shill real quick. So what is a shill? I'm gonna tell you what a shill meant to me. Shill, it's just like being a salesperson. A shill basically comes in and wants you to believe or think in what they want, right? They want to shill you on something. They want to get you directed on something. Here's the truth. At first, we're all shills to the outside world. We're all shills to the other stocks. Shit, a lot of these GM only people think we're shills, right? And maybe some of us think they're shills. Well, the truth is we are. We believe in this, so we're shilling it, right? We believe in AMC or we believe in GME. I believe in both, but we're shilling it. Just like these influencers that want to change their profiles and start putting up top like SHIB coin and different stuff up top after they've been promoting something, or Ford stock. I've seen it now with some big names. All these different stuff they're bringing. They're shilling that, dude. Get over yourself. That's exactly what they're doing. They're shilling the idea of that. So it's kind of funny when we say you're a shill. Well, shit, if anybody's pushing a narrative or pushing anything you don't like or you don't believe in, of course you're going to call them a shill. So here's the thing. For those folks, oh, look at my cat getting in the eggs. For those folks that literally don't believe in any of that stuff, because there's folks out there, you can call them purists, whatever you want to call them. There's folks out there that do not believe in muddying up the waters with this mission, with all this other outside stuff. I get it. People put plans together. Oh, we'll bring in those people. Well, I don't see that working, but whatever. Maybe if we go join in those other communities and those other stocks and convince them that, hey, AMC is the way to go, maybe they'll come join us, right? Great narrative. But anyway, so there are a lot of folks that's still shilling, man. You got to think about it. And, you know, oh, well, we don't. Shilling is the idea of selling stuff, so it's a good term. But we're softening the blow. So let's talk about shill for a second. We're softening the blow. Well, let's go back to the FUD. So you understand what I mean by the shill part. Something you believe in or something you want to push, whether you believe it or not, whether you're being paid for it, whether some influencer called it nefarious, because now I'm starting to think of who's really nefarious. But like, if you're pushing something, being paid to push something, and you're talking about something, that means you're shilling it. I'm sorry. You're shilling it, trying to sell it on the other person so that they'll believe it. Just like you can say I'm doing now. But see, I'm just sharing my thoughts and my information and what I feel it is. So call me a shill too. Hell, everybody's selling because everybody's trying to make money because money makes everybody greedy. Maybe not everybody, but it makes a lot of people super greedy. It's just the way it's designed. It's not money that's evil. It's the desire for the money part, right? So if that's where I come from with shilling, the second part is this FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's the easiest one because we've been living in a state of fear in this country, so let's just figure out ways to keep people fearful, right? I mean, we got to think we do the same thing. We FUD everybody else out there. We keep them in fear about what's happening in the stock market because that's the reality, right? It's what we see is happening in the market. 4 million of us or 12 million of us, but then you look at all the other traders, they're like, think we're full of shit, quit spreading that fear, whatever the case may be. So everybody wants to use the FUD. It's just a shorter way of saying. So when someone puts out some information that creates a little fear in you, makes you uncertain now a little bit, or even a little bit of doubt about something. Like people call the video I just made FUD because I'm mentioning influencers. Right, okay, sure. I get that. So that's the part of it. So I think you understand. I think all of us understand truly what shilling and FUDding is about. FUDding is designed on purpose to create some fear in somebody. It's designed on purpose to create that uncertainty and create that doubt. I seen it on the calls. I seen it on a space call that night when the guy wants to get up there and he tells his story and how he sold and then he bought back in, and then we got influencers on there supporting that. That's straight up FUD, man. I'm sorry. In the world we come from, in the reality of the case of what we came from, what our mission plan was, what this community was about. How are you going to not tell me that's not FUD? In my world, that's FUD. You're going to create fear in other people like, oh, I might miss out. I better sell at 45. And the uncertainty, if I don't, maybe I don't get back in, and then the doubt, and then that shit spreads, and then what happens, right? Because most of people aren't professional investors. Most of people in this movement just started investing. They don't know where to be at, and they're being strong and holding on because of other encouraging influencers and people that are doing the same. And that's where the influencers that could be paid or not paid could be affecting things, utilizing those techniques. Come on, man. It's easy. So there's your shill and your FUD. Now let's talk about the softness of it. Now I just heard about, oh, let's not be calling people shills or whatever the case may be. Let's not do this. Yeah, we're growing in that society. We're going from where we were strong about what we believed in, and now we just got to get weak. Don't call your fellow person a shill. Don't call people FUD anymore. Understand what it means. People have a difference of opinion. Let's soften it up so that when my difference of opinion comes onto the table, like we just heard recently with a big influencer about, sounded like day trading or whatever. Oh, it was a misunderstanding, No, it's blatant what the hell you said. Or buying the dip is like shorting the stock, all these other references. Okay, that's straight up FUD for a lot of us, period, right? So we know that people are doing it. But if we look at the narrative, if we can start softening the blow, get people to start saying, no, it's okay. It's your money. Spend it when you want to. You know what? I'm not going to call you FUD. I'm not going to call you a shill. You brought in this other company because you're doing it from the kindness of your heart. You started speaking about these other stocks. You started talking about how you sold. That's not, I may not believe in you, but I am not going to call you out no more. I'm just going to let it be infiltrated. Fuck yeah. Come on, community. Just bring in the infiltration, right? It's not what we do. It's not what we do in the military. Sure as hell don't invite the enemy in or the enemy's tactics. And that's what it feels like to me. Look, if you're shilling some shit and I don't like it, I should be able to tell you, hey, man, you shilling me. And I don't know if you're an infiltrator or not, but that sounds like some shilling shit right there. And you know what? That post you just posted about how you sold and you bought back, well, this is AMC community. We don't talk about that because we don't believe in that. You just brought FUD. You're trying to scare off my fellow man and woman investor over here. Why? Keep that shit to yourself. You want to sell? It's your money, fine. But let's get to the point where we don't do that no more. Let's not point that out. Let's start accepting it. See the softening in the narrative. God, I hope you people can see that, man. Like, no. And I'm not trying to say the drama and the fighting of it, but if something's not real, we used to go in and we used to say so that other people, even if they wouldn't start doubting it, and tell me you don't read or hear something and it don't create a little bit of thought in your mind. Even I do. So the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Actually, I'm going to leave this video as that. Then I'm going to go to door number 1 and door number 2. I don't want to be too long on here. But think about that. Just think about that. Why are we softening it? Why are we accepting these things? Why are we wanting to make it a lot easier? Why are we setting the stage? It's already been set, actually. And it's really starting to set, especially what we've seen this week about shilling and fudding and calling people out and all that stuff. Why is everybody so getting afraid of that now? Especially over a couple people that are doing it now. What are they worried about? Well, that's one way to bring everybody together over a couple people, too. Anyway, I don't just use your brains. I get it. And as far as that unity stuff's concerned, guys, you recall a few weeks ago, I was pushing it. Manic, there's a gentleman on here, Manic, who's probably one of the most coolest, loving guys I've seen so far, with no nefarious reasons, because I'm going to guarantee there's some fucking people on here with their nefarious shit that are nefarious as hell. And I'm going to go on that with door number 1, door number 2. But seriously, I was like, come on, Manic. I even made a video trying to just step it aside with the one person that I had a major issue with that I was blatantly public about. Okay? I made a video about that. Didn't matter. Shit went silent. Got shot down. It wasn't right for their narrative. It wasn't the right timing. It wasn't what they wanted. They're not the ones that came up with it. And that's going to help me with door number 1 and door number 2. But seriously, why did that get all squished? So I ain't against it. I wasn't against it. I think it's what we should have been from the beginning. My curiosity now lies in the fact of why were we even in it to the beginning in the first place? Well, now, all of a sudden, because of one person, if you really think about it, one person, there's I guess a female or somebody that's been tweeting and calling out people, and all of a sudden everybody wants that, or I say everybody, particular people want to band together all of a sudden because of that 1 or 2 people that are pointing out some shit. It's got to make you wonder. Anyway, that's going to go into door number 1, door number 2, but I was never against it. Hell, I was the one trying to help Manic push it. I was trying to bring everybody together. I always have been. I always want to keep people together. good people, good-hearted people, not selfish fucking people like we got in this community, because there's some selfish fucking people in this community that are 1,000% about themselves. At the end of the day, they don't give a rat's ass about you. That's the bottom line. They haven't. They sound good. They'll tweet some good shit, but at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. As long as it makes them look good and they can build up that clout and they can figure out a way to make money off of it, you don't mean shit to them. Once this, they're not going to come hug you and hold you and give you presents for Christmas. I've said that. And once this MOAS and all this other other stuff is over, they're going to be knocking on your door, coming and visit. Hell, do you even really know what the real names are? Do you really know who the hell they are? What do they got to hide? Who are they really? Anyway, another 10